Well, here we are. All problems seem to be fixed. Wide screen, full screen. Overlay top, bottom right. Actually, the best bottom left. Advanced options. Heat. High. Apply. Back. Go apply. Back. Audio up. What up? Headphones. Hi, the bird chirping stopped. Full captions. Back. Keyboard. Buttons. Interact. Oh, okay. Turn left. Can be that. Apply. Okay, let's begin. By the way, this is a game that's also made by the writers of Stanley Parable.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveyWreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Okay, so now that I have the ability to say something, this is a pretty great game. I love it. I mean, I haven't played it until today, considering the fact that I had technical difficulties launching it. Here we go.
Warning. Whisper machine active. Shift destruction.
Warning. Whisper machine status
This game is
active.
called Escape from
Evacuate
Whisper,
immediately.
and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
I hope it just doesn't take me out of it like it did me out that other push. Can I shoot these objects out of the way? Am I out of bullets? Oh my god. I mean, this game is cool. I don't know why he would call this generic. I like it so far. I don't know why there's two paths. One's blocked, they both lead to the same place. But this is still cool. This is so cool.
Security call breached. Hostile alien life form inbound.
It kinda looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets. But ultimately we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin ship evacuation.
Oh
I
my.
love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Oh. I mean, that... not that bad. I mean, I can clearly see that this is just like a box around the whole like game, but still, it looks really cool, especially if you don't look at the bottom. No sprint button. Oh, the door's open. Well, can't go back now. No secret hidden walls or...
Apparently the space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
What? No.
Or, if you'd really like to solve the labyrinth, you're welcome to do that too.
Yes. I want to. back to where it started. And I'm gonna complete it again. Is this the middle? Yeah, it is. There's that lead. Oh yeah, that's... Do these... Oh. This middle area is just like a... I don't know what to call it. What's over here? Oh, it just leads to a dead end. Okay. Where is this lead? Where does this lead? Also a dead end. Okay. Last. Oh wait, no, there's... Where's this way? Did I go back? I think I went back to the beginning. Yeah. Where does this lead to? Yeah, I already went down that path. This is the one of the correct ways. Or not. I meant one of these two are the correct ways. Nope. Not this one. So it's just this one. There's actually only one way to get there. That's dead end. That's the right way to go. What's the other way? What's this way? Oh, that's just a dead end. Okay, moving on.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Okay.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
Is there an option? What happens if I just wait? First of all, that door closes.
This is not a branching point, unfortunately. The only option is to step into the beam.
Really? I'm gonna wait for a few more seconds.
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Okay. What happens if I just stand here and wait again? guess there's no narration. Guess you have to go into the beam.
The beam causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Okay. November 2008. The past was behind her.
Yep, in this game you can only walk backwards.
Oh my. You can literally only hit the hit the back button.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the
past was
previous game,
behind
but
her.
actually it seems to
The
be
future
more
could not be
focused,
seen.
more complete. Coda's trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
Why does the future keep changing? When she stops and looks, it becomes clearer. But if the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength to confront
It's a
it?
short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
I mean, could have done a little more with that game. Say 2009. You are now entering. Can't go on the grass.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
I wonder how that can be interesting.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
Okay.
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do? I know it's tempting, but there's actually nothing over here. Sorry.
At least there's an over here. That's nice to see. Can I sprint? No. It's okay. It's just a floating world. my tall buildings. I can walk up these stairs. It changes your speed based on how far you get. He doesn't want you to get there.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if code is not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Or I'll just keep going at crawl speed, that's fine. I don't need to go hacking anything. And modifying or editing. I'll get there eventually. Don't worry. Wonder if he has anything to say about me continuing to crawl. Yeah, I am making progress. That's for sure. Is he really not going to say anything about me continuing to crawl and not using his speed boost? He said something about me going back through the maze. I guess it's fine. See what's inside. Looks like a room. Some sort of room. like these are coffins or couches. Great places to sit. Stand on the X at a bear for 3 hours, staring at a bear for 3 hours. Struck the wall is destroyed. There's even a metal game of only posters and concept art showing what the game is intended to be.
And filled with little
A
ideas
game
for
where you
games.
collect items, except the game automatically quits and you collect them all. Live in a boat, taking orders from the captain. The captain is always
Coda would often
wrong.
tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold
Address
or distant. He said that
literary
he
group,
knew that he was
eager
actually a vibrant and
press
compassionate
reporters.
person.
Start in a small room until you realize you can just walk through walls.
Very slow
There are gates. A series of lavish manuals come from the game, giving you incorrect instructions on how to play. The game is nothing but giant blocks of text explaining. Oh. Okay. Ready set fish. Wonder if I can open any of these doors. Probably not.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it. Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot. So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again, so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
I don't want to do that. I pressed E, not M. Gosh.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the
Restart
Stairs
level.
game, a dull exterior...
There we go, restart the level. And that this time I'm not going to press E. I'm gonna see what happens.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it. Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot. So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again, so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
I didn't even press enter, I pressed escape. This is the controls. Enter isn't marked here. What happens if I press the jump button? It just jumps. not going to do anything besides walk around. Yes, I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to disrespect this game. Maybe I need to? You're not gonna do anything if I don't? I'm gonna try a random button, like F. No, F doesn't do it. R, T, Y, U, I, O, P, L, K, J, H, G, Q, Z, X, C, V, B, N, M. Number, buttons. Shift, crouch. Backspace, minus plus. Keypad stuff. Let's not enter. Okay, I've pressed all the buttons. I've pressed all the buttons except for E and enter. Well, now I've pressed all the buttons but E and enter. So I don't get why E would do the thing that he wants it, but I guess we have to do that.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
I wonder. Oh, we're back here. We're now exiting.
Aha! So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and Puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Okay. Looks like I am bigger than this house. I'm just walking backwards. Is there an end to this? Yep. What's in the back of that house? Nothing? Okay then. Oh, but now it's coming to regular size.
Let's talk about video game development for a
Probably
second.
because I was higher up.
Every video game
Or
runs
lower
on
up,
what's
I don't
called
know.
an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
Okay.
To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well. The tools available to the
okay.
creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Oh, I can't go through this door. Too bad. Platforming! I'm gonna fail so hard at this. Wait, can I just fall up? Oh yeah, I forgot. I remember this level. You have to fall off anyways. Because it leads all the way down to the bottom. Here we are. Oh, there's a wall. I go around the stairs. What? Why can't I get to that thing? Why is there just a wall around here? Whatever. What am I on? What, you think I went down that corridor? No, I didn't. What? Is this a horror game? No thank you. No, I'm trapped. Great. Great, great, great. Guess I'm going into this jail cell. Can I get out, please? No. Okay then. Okay. Apparently trapped in this box. Can't go that way, can't go that way. I have to go up here. And now I'm locked up.
Funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
What? No, I want to stay in here for an hour. What? Did I just break the game? Did I just break the game? Did I just break the game? I think I just broke the game. I just broke the game. Didn't know that was possible. Okay, I guess I'm restarting this level.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
Okay.
The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors. This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that. This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
Oh my. What's over here? Under the stairs is nothing. Okay, moving on. I've seen that symbol before in this game.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time. There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Okay. Go down here. Hi. You there, did you come from above? What was up there?
That he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Can I just not respond? You there, you come from above, what was up there? World stamped with whiteness. Enormous prison spent hours in. Floating colored blocks. No 2 isn't true because he only spent 1 hour. He would have only spent an hour in the prison. I don't know if the blocks were colored, I don't remember, so I'm just gonna say 1. World above, you've been there. This is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? You could lie. You could prefer not to say. Okay, sorry about that. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna withhold, so I'm just gonna say 1. Yes, I did. That was literally the last thing I did before coming here. Again, perfect. Now please tell us how you solved it. Tell us the solution. Tell us how to get to the other side. And solve it, someone let me in. Trust me, don't want to go over there. I don't remember how I solved it. I'm trying to remember, but I can't. What? None of these are true. Doesn't want to solve it. I'll say 3, I guess? Trust me, you don't want to go over there. Oh no, but I do, we need to get there. Do you understand? It's the most important thing in the world. We have to escape this prison. There must be an ending. I promise you. I missed that. Okay. Can't get up here. What's that? Books? Okay, moving on. Okay, second room with these guys. Hello, how did you get here? What was the puzzle you had to pass through? Telling the truth. Yes, do you want to know how to solve it? No, we actually find the black space between the doors to be far more interesting. Have you seen it yet? Actually, now that you mention it, I remember feeling strange as I passed through it. Don't think too hard about it. You'll see it again soon. Okay. Moving on.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
Okay. Final descent into where? No. Not that.
It's a lamppost.
No.
Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out.
You're a liar.
I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Okay. Leave notes. All notes are left by other players. That's interesting. can leave notes? How do I leave notes? Nice room. Not. Oh.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're gonna see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually.
How do you beat this game? Question mark, question mark. No point to this. The game just started! Don't be so harsh on yourself. Can't get down there, or at least not yet. Whoa. Holy. Can you guys hear me? Hello. Reasonable.
Feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
Everyone read this. Hey.
But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
This place makes me feel sad. I want to tell you a secret. Once upon a time I did find fun. King of the world. Yeah. Why? There's too many messages in this area. We're running out of space. Signals suffocate. Cool cavern, bro. Do not be afraid. Do care. I just saw a flying penguin. Let me tell you, it's the most majestic thing I've ever seen. I don't feel like living because nothing will ever be just majestic as that. I never want to see again if nothing else would be that beautiful again. I'm crying now and plan on ripping my eyes out. I must go now to do that. Ooh. That's some heavy stuff. How is there wooden grass and concrete here? What? What? Oh, I can't drop down there. Okay. What the heck is this cavern? Boring. can assure you, guaranteed, that there's an acorn somewhere here in this place. The sailors are looking for it. Hey guys, just looking for someone to talk with. I refuse to believe, but I need to go to the frickin' bathroom. Recognize me, please. There's nothing here. Go back. Don't listen to that guy. Free t-shirt. Need other side. Door, why you so... Makes games, includes door, cannot open door. Thanks. Door, how open? Open sesame. Someday I'll meet the person who made this. I help people because of the internal good feeling I get. New room. You hear the chimes? Keep you going, don't they? I would like very much to be desired. Scared of writing something, don't want to feel judged. It's not very crowded here. Welcome, congratulations. I don't really know where to go with this. I'm going here, I think. Don't bother. A game where you leave notes and suddenly everyone's a poet. That's where I get off. Fail to write anything here. I'm compelled. Stop, turn back. Proceeding further will only result in misery. Take my hand, let's jump together. Can I jump? No. And... Cabbage shapes our nation. What is that painting? Doesn't matter if you ever get over there. Don't talk about me that way. Very good game. I think this is not going anywhere. Next time I'll do better. I need someone to talk to. This is a note. Don't listen to the other notes. I'm not safe. Oh boy, there's a lot. Stop faking it. Today I learned you cannot fall off. Ethical. I saw a person walking down there. Now we'll come back. Devil Tower Star. Well done, all of you. Painting, what does it mean? Whoever made this has issues. Art? Hey guys, how's it going? Just hanging. Help, I'm trying to speak. I think it's about how things look messy from up close and perfect from far away. From up here, it just looks like dots. Cabbage shapes our nation. How are all of you? We will all die someday. Stop pretending you're other people. Spoilers, it doesn't mean anything. It's about how this game is pretentious and you all suck. Civil Tower Star. Maybe I'll feel real someday. He was himself the most horrible creature he could imagine. That's really mean. Well, I'm here now. Yeah, we're all here now. There must be a reason for it, though. His terrible secret, he kept it well. I beat the game. More room?
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
Scared of writing something, don't want to feel judged. I already saw that one. Escape, escape, means escape. Set it up and spread it between worlds. Almost there. I've seen everything. I've traveled the world. I've never told anyone. I wish there were notes in the real world. Can I jump up here? No. Become one with spiraling nonsense. Downward, keep digging.
In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
You close your eyes and wish for it really bad. Almost at the end. Does this puzzle have a solution? OMG, I've been here for literally an hour. What do I do? Help. How do you solve it? Doesn't make sense. The second door won't open. Help. Helper, answers please.
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Yeah. No answer, I think. Heading back to the start later, guys. Guys, it's not so bad in here. There's no second switch. No solution. What? Why did they all lie? It's a modified version? Did you modify this? How do you leave notes? Oh no, not the lamppost again. Speak. Why did I manipulate? Speak. I missed like all of that.
Okay, this one is tough. It's gonna kinda just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Okay. Okay. There we go.
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
What furniture ought to go in the center of the room? I don't know, I'm not the developer. Not the developer. Furniture. Giant hole in the ground. No, that's a table. Along the wall of the room. Picture of a horse? No. Couches. I think we should light up this room a bit. Skylight? I like skylights. Oh, okay. Just that light. And a table! You need a table! Who are you? Where exactly are you doing this from? I'm pretty sure none of my choices are making any difference. Tables were invented in 1935. Say the third one. There's a table. Wow.
There's a bit more to this one, but still it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake. So okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Okay. Hello, please walk forward. Can't walk backwards apparently. This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. Follow the instructions carefully. Take care that you remember each step. First, click on this table. Good. Go over to the photo frame and click to turn it slightly. Now turn the floor lamp in this room off and turn it back on. Go to this left side sofa. Move it over a bit. Finally touch the shelves. That's it. In the real prison, escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your prison. Oh, is this a memory game? Hopefully I'll remember.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape.
Oh.
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this, to see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop, that particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons.
Okay.
This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
What? Oh no, no. Not the stupid lamppost. I can't see anything, there's no flashlight. I'll just keep staring at this. I can't go over here. Where am I going? Is that not a door? I'm just not going to look at the lamppost. I can't move. Hello, who is this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison. You're me? So you're trapped in this prison too?
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking
right
to
now.
yourself.
So glad that
All of these
I'm
games
glad-
so far are Coda talking to
I'm so
himself.
glad to know I get out eventually. What's it like to escape? Gonna miss being in the prison. Why? Was there anything about it that felt good about? Being here sucks. True, maybe I should. It's comfortable. Yeah, it's comfortable. I knew I know its limits. I knew my place. That good though? It's comfortable, but it's inhuman. I couldn't live this way. Having its limits is way more important than you probably realize right now. Wait, if you're me, then you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped? No, I think I'm the first person to call back. Can you tell me how to get out? Maybe I can come find you. What do I have to do? Talk to me for a bit? What? They'll free me? How does that work? Just talk to me? Okay, I can talk. Let's just talk for a bit. You be here? Be here for as long as you need.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
Mm-hmm.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
What happened to your sound?
The environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between. Just so you're aware, nothing will happen up here until you've been inside the house. you'll notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Well, my goodness. I'm glad as heck that you showed up. Then I might be having to clean this entire house all by myself. And right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy homes. Lousy homes make homeowners. Something tells me you're gonna be fun to do this job with. This place isn't gonna clean itself, as far as I know. Finish up here. In the meantime, could you please clear the table? Much nicer. That's the table I want to see. So would you please run to the bedroom and make the bed? While you're in there, why don't you straighten out the rug a bit? All the little details matter. Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? Well, I don't enjoy it so much as I need it. While I'm working, I feel kind of calm that rests in the pit of my ribcage. My soul just can't be soothed any other way, it seems. Which I guess is about all that matters. Oh, that and a tidy couch. Would you straighten the pillows on the sofa out here? Oh dear, looks like someone spilled a drink over by the couch. Can you mop that up as long as you're over there? I feel compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Make it especially cheesy. No. No, it was stupid. Sorry. Never mind. Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come do that? Last I checked, the tub needed cleaning. Help me scrub it down the best you can. No need to be perfect. We're all just human. There's still books scattered on the floor of the bedroom, so would you put them back on the shelf? Perfect. Now then, how about you come and clear these dishes off the table?
This house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you.
Okay.
And eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Are all houses this easy to clean? Darling, let me tell you something. In your lifetime, you're going to clean a lot of houses. And among all of those, a few of them will stick out as truly wonderful, beautiful experiences. None of them will be the ones that were
I know
easy.
that Kuda really liked this game.
Just something to think
All
about
this work,
while
actually,
you
this was
smooth out the
only
rug in the
one
bedroom.
He called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
Tub has gotten dirty. Earlier, when I said there was a really cheesy thought, I was going to say it occurs to me that one's house is like a soul. Take care of it and takes care of you. Don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. There's a bit of truth in it, no? Anyway, so housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Books. Clean up the books. Thanks. Couch.
I'm glad he made this. I'm glad he found some peace.
Question.
But, of course,
you enjoy
it
this?
can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again,
The walls are
you
gone.
can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
Really? I'd rather just stay in this house. Guess me. Okay.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I
Don't
really
look at
thought
the
that was
lighthouse.
the point of it. This one gets a bit goofy.
Why'd you come here today? Is it to improve your life? Get a better job? To make your relationships more meaningful? No. You came here to be perfect. Workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you know so well that they make you discuss it with yourself? Compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, and grateful, they intend to make you that person. Perfection is within your grasp, and the question is not how do we do it, but how do we do it effortlessly? This is so easy. It is so easy. It's so easy.
Shifts.
Being perfect is effortless.
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort? Let me tell you right now, if it isn't effortless, it's not the right answer. If you're torturing yourself trying to find the right solutions for your life, you're not doing it right. Seek out only one thing. What is the easiest, simplest path forward? There's no truth, there's no path. Do what's easiest. Do what's simplest. Feel what is true. Nothing. No one.
I felt pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences
Perfection.
that you have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days. This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Can't climb the ladder. This scared me. When this is beginning, please. In this scene, you'll be playing as me. We're not gathering with professionals. First, you start out learning against the wall. Oh, leaning against this wall. Good, stay right there. The woman across this room in the chair is a professional photographer of animals. It's your one chance to learn something from her, gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Hello. Hello, that's it? It's not a conversation. You need to actually converse with her. Be a human being. Do it again. I'm super scared right now. Oh, no, that's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment I was confident. Maybe it was you needed a better feeling of the setting. There was a lot of people around us. Give you some props to work with. These cones bounce when you touch them, represent people nearby. Now talk to her again. must have worked really hard to get where you are. You're messing it all up again. Figure out this conversation gets that person back quickly. Not realize how important this was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this again. And I missed the last line. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. No. Not the lamppost. Can I get in there, please? No. Oh. Okay. Yes. No. This is working. This is what it's like. It was like.
Definition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution: social anxiety.
That's
to
perfect.
fears
Wonderful.
of having
This is
to
really
perform
wonderful.
And having to chase success. The answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where
Doing
it
great.
just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. To be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting himself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer.
Well, you're wrong.
But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Oh my. It's almost the end of 2010. Play this game properly and you must keep your eyes closed. Click to begin the game. Captain, what can we do? Why did I go blind? I can't see. I don't know why. It happened to me too. Did you do something? Can't you fix this? I can try. I need to find my supplies. Okay.
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Help, I'm blind. Please, someone talk to me. Am I going to be killed by a giant door? I can't see anything. Please don't let this be forever. What's going on? Please tell me how to solve this. Yeah.
Alright, let me explain how you're supposed to do this. On either side of the room are elevators, which go up to an upper level. You have to go up, walk over to the person who's standing there, and then select dialogue option number 2.
The only way to stop it is to speak to something that is on it. Okay. I guess honesty for him is number 2. Can't keep making these. Yes, that's it. That's the truth. It stopped.
Like I said, I was getting concerned.
It's draining me.
First off, he's never been this explicit
Keep
in his
going,
work
keep
about
talking.
exactly what he's thinking. So, where's that coming from? But then, even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
It's going to be okay.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
December 2010. Hello? Hello, is anybody there? Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I've talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. I have nothing left to give to my work. Oh no. What happened? Did something change? Looks like a conversation between Coda and this person. I'm trying to find this engine that used to protect me. Start it again. Wait a second, I just realized these are not blocks. Is this not source? Wait, looking for machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. I need to see it to know why it stopped. I can take you to it, but there's a problem. It's guarded by a difficult puzzle.
His creative frustrations.
If you can help me solve the puzzle, you'll find the machine. Deal?
Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
Perfect. Come on. I'll show it to you.
Because, from my perspective at the time, and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was.
Here's the puzzle.
He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing
What do
these
you
games
think?
to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have
Hey, I
anyone
recognize
outside
it.
of himself to connect with. He had
Oh,
no
wonderful.
outlet to ground himself on.
You tell me how to do it. First you have to open the door. Okay, now what? Now you have to close the first door. Alright, what's next? Now just press the switch here. Huh,
can't
it's so simple.
talk
I can't
yourself
believe I
out of
never solved it
loneliness.
before this.
It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are
Hello?
being channeled
Jill, I
into your
need
work, then if the
to
work ever
see it,
fails, you have no
to know what
backup and you're
stops.
just going to crash.
Hey, I recognize this. I'm gonna find this engine that used to protect me. Start it again. Nothing left to do my work. Hello, is anybody there? That's all the messages I picked. Okay, here we are. What are you talking about? Trust me, you'll see. You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous and that you love it 100% of the time. Can I not pick here? Simple? Oh no. Oh, that feels wonderful. But it wasn't true. Don't worry about it, and just keep talking. Keep saying that creation is easy. It's easy, never stops being easy.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really
That's wonderful,
unhealthy
keep
to
going.
me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering.
It's such a simple solution.
This is someone I really cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly
Oh,
become
these are all the
angry and
choices I made.
frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
Oh, no, I didn't say that. I didn't say those things. Feels fantastic. None of this is helping. Patience, you have to trust me. I promise this will work. Please continue. It's off eventually.
I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop.
Yes, more. Keep
anything.
going.
It never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
Oh gosh. I'll be saved by my work. Incredible, that's it. I'm free. I'm free. What?
But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
Oh my. May of 2011. The Machine. Damn. Glad to see you arrive safely. Capture the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. So Coda is a girl. They tend to be quiet. Very good. One. Just move on to someone called the press. We might have a bit of attention on this one. Oh boy. Oh my. So many questions. So many questions.
And of course, it's the machine.
You stopped. You stopped feeding us. So this is the narrator's. This is the narrator conversing with the machine or Coda. It was only because of your creations that any of us could make it through every day. I've been so alone. Apologize for leaving me. No, nothing. Right then, I'll apologize for you. This is not right. This is not good. Oh no. Oh gosh. So many people. My friends. It falls on me to deliver the bad news. The machine will not apologize to us. We'll find a way to live without it. We don't need its games. Let us show it that we're not failures. Follow me. We'll destroy everything the machine just created. Destroying the creation.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people.
Oh no, it's a guy,
To
never
get
mind.
some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
It's not how you destroy creations, you know. Any creation can just be
So I
recreated.
started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give them some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Although he didn't want them to see it. Put down your weapon. Can I put down my weapon? What?
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good,
Yes,
that I am good. When someone really connects with the
Thinking
thing
about
that I've made,
yourself.
when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good, like Like, I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy. So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look. And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
Well, I can hear the sounds from the other game, that's for sure. Do we really have to walk through these spotlights?
This room actually has a maze in it. Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
I'm actually going to look up a solution. I mean, I wouldn't really literally do this maze by myself, but I'm going to look up a solution for it. I can do it. Wonder how thick the walls are. am I doing wrong? Come on, I can do it. Let me just go off of it like this. What did I hit? Oh, God damn it. The monitors started tipping. What the heck did I hit? Wait, what? Well, I mean, I tried, but this is just annoying. I'm sorry. I know his intentions. Can I just go down there now? No. Okay. This is harsh.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
What you're saying is, there was never actually anything behind that door that I went through after the house cleaning area?
The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Oh my. This is, I don't know what to say about this.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges, and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem.
He didn't
I
want
feel
to
like
talk
a
to you.
failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that. Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why.
He failed at understanding that he just wants to be alone. Just want to make
I
these
remember,
games
it's
anymore.
June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time. And as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is.
Yes, you don't know this
It
person.
wasn't the guy I knew. It wasn't my friend.
Your
I had come
friend?
to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them...
It's hard to call this guy your friend at this point. Well,
I had been
for the
trying
most
to. That
of
was
the
the
time, at
thing.
least.
For years, I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean.
Oh yeah, the 3
He
dots
wouldn't.
that I've seen at least twice now. See
I
the
just felt
spotlights
so strongly
everywhere.
that if I could have connected with him, but if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was
Like,
that I needed to see myself in someone else.
I can only assume.
To be someone other than me.
I can only assume
He
that,
stopped.
this
And-
guy
And it felt somehow like I had failed.
put these spotlights everywhere. It's not the developer.
Where did I screw up?
This game alone is not bad development. It doesn't need to have a story or interesting features to have compelling gameplay. Dear Davey, thank you for your interest in my game. I need to ask you not to speak to me anymore.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Put in those
I don't
lampposts.
think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... It felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
I wonder at times whether you think I am making these games for you. You've been so infected my personal space that it's not possible. That is possible. I did begin to plant solutions in my work somewhere, hidden between games. If there was an answer, a meaning,
played them,
would it make you any happier?
They treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wishes? Giving them something that is not yours to give, violating the one boundary that keeps me safe? Would you stop changing my games? Stop adding lampposts to them?
And then you stopped. And I didn't have anything left to show people.
Just simply let them be what they are.
And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
Just simply let them be what they are. Desperately, when I am around you, I feel physically ill. I desperately need something and I can't give it to you. I literally don't have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just a part of the process. The fact that you think I'm frustrated or broken is more about you than me. I realize this doesn't make sense to you just yet. Which is fine, you're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks and that you make peace with this thing that you're wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
When you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work. Is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me?
Just see yourself.
I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
You don't need, if it's work to live, you don't need to be talking to him. It's not like he's your boyfriend or anything.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more.
But you're not the one who deserves
like
all that praise. It's Dota that deserves the praise, but I don't even know if he wants it. This guy just needs to know if he can't take credit for other people's work. He can't feel validation in posting other people's work, especially if they don't want their work to be posted. It's private stuff. He shared it with you and told you not to show it to people. Violating his privacy.
All these lampposts.
Symbolizing changes you've made to his games, making them the way you wanted them to be, like, not how they were intended to be.
Really, look at my monitor would stop falling. Okay.
Solution.
What solution
Do you think? What do you think is the solution here?
I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
That's possible. That's a possibility. The solution here is to stop talking to him, stop changing his work, stop showing them to people.
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
Maybe the person that's depressed is you and not Dota. Now we can't see anything. What is this place? I really wish I had a flashlight. I cannot see anything. It looks like a PPP map I played on one. Twice. This is a really fun map. I haven't played that map in a really long time.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
Create your own stuff. Try it. It'd be fun.
What now?
Create your own work? That's what now.
I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do.
That's fine.
I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm
That's
just
fine.
gonna...
Fine. Take the time,
Okay.
do whatever you need. Do good, great work. And have to be good. Do it on your own pace. Back to the desert, why not? What do we have here? That's a hole in the ground, for sure. This is nothing. Bunch of colors. I guess I'll go jump into the hole. Oh, I have to go back on. Okay. Up. And up and up and up. Up. And down. Elevator. Taking you back up. Uh-oh. Is this gonna go drop? Is this gonna drop me? As I get up to here? No. Okay then. Go up these stairs. Yeah, I love you. Maps. It's like subways, except with stairs instead of escalators. I guess I get a lot more commentary now instead of listening to him talk. Some games you need to listen to them talk. Is that the dude? Time to float away. There's nothing to see. But never mind. Floating through the maze, the endless maze, the endless ocean of mazes. Wow. Oh, very large maze. It probably represents a brain. If there was a home planet, there was just a giant labyrinth, that would be amazing.
That would be amazing. Get it, friends? Anyways. Is this the end?
Turn back.
4R.
Turn back from this cave.
Who's R?
You said let me.
This project would not be possible without the following individuals: Matthew Brandt, Ryan Roth, Helena Heron, Richard Flanagan, Kayas, and some more. Turn Back by Helena Heron, performed by her and Ryan Roth.
And you're so tired.
Additional thanks to David Pinchas, Shelley's Sam, Eduardo Ortiz, Felix Kramer, Gabrielle Brumman, George Royer, James Portnow, and more.
Turn back.
And that was the beginner's guide. That was a pretty short game, let me check the time to see. Yeah, this was a little shorter than the Stanley Parable, but still, it was written by one of the creators of the Stanley Parable. So it's obviously similar in style, but this is a walking sim and not a choose your own adventure. This is one of the walking sims I'll be playing. I'm pretty sure this is the first walking sim I've played on the channel. There'll be at least a couple more, like the park. I believe Ethan Carter is a walking sim. What Remains of Edith Finch. So I've got some more walking sims in store in the future. I really like this story. I don't know if it's like a real story, just based, or maybe like based on a real story. But I know that whoever wrote the story, which I'm guessing it's probably the narrator, whoever wrote the story really knows how to make a compelling and a story with a story about like conflicting morals and someone's inability to respect privacy because they want to be part of something that other people do, just like fan games like of anything. Create a fan game, you shouldn't expect to get anything, get any like praise for it. I mean, you're basing your work on someone else's work. They should be praising the original work. So I guess that's all I have to say about this game. So check out my YouTube for uploads. This will be part of the uploads. Eventually it'll be published. If you're watching here on Twitch, thanks for watching. If you're not, then go check out my Twitch channel where I post the full live streams. Current schedule is Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, which is multiplayer streams, and Twitter for channel updates and some random tweets. That stuff I like. And I think that's all I have to say about this. I'm going to end the stream here. Have a good day.